So either this level has to get taken out and further an upside move could come in, or else a rejection from this level and some sort of a downside journey. Now, I'll once again get to the US soil charts. Okay, so we'll kind of actually get into the US soil chart. I'll zoom in a bit. So things are pretty clear. Okay, so right now where crude oil is at a very significant resistance level, guys. Now, as far as US 30 is kind of concerned, US 30 is kind of actually showing a bearish movement. So let's see if this level can manage to get taken out. So if so, we'll kind of think about long side opportunity. So at this particular point of time, I'm checking out for opportunities on both directions, both on the long side as well as the short side. Okay. So both kind of opportunities are being watched out right now. Okay, and definitely we'll have to wait and we'll have to be patient. Okay, crude is picking up. Crude is kind of picking up, guys. Okay, but we don't or we can't kind of directly enter upon a breakout. Okay, it's good move. So right now, if you want to enter on crude, you'll have to set up your stop somewhere over here. So I'll just wait for this resistance level to test. Okay, I'll kind of actually wait for this resistance level to test once. That is old resistance behaving like the new support. I would actually wait for that to take place. Okay, so let's see if this level can manage to get broken out or it is just going to be a fake out. Okay, so at this point of time, US oil is picking. As far as the US 30 is concerned, it is still dropping. So oil prices trade higher, like it has been extending the 3 week gains. Okay, now, fear of Iranian oil supplies getting hit is also there. Iranian global supply is also getting hit is there. So those are some factors that is affecting the price of crude oil at this point of time. So we'll have to wait. But so last 1 month, none of the live trades crude has disappointed us. Okay. So last month we traded together and we have captured around 130, 140 points trading together. This is the live trade sessions. Okay. Seems like a good rejection coming in. Let's wait. So if you want, see guys, I'm tracking the other charts also. So if you want to see those charts, I'll bring in the screen over here. Okay, I'm personally tracking the other charts also. So in the 1 hour time frame, the price action is beautiful. Okay, in the 1 hour time frame, the price action is looking very beautiful. So huge rejection coming in. So let's get into the Indian charts. Just see this. Just look at the beauty of price action. Exactly at that resistance level, a very good rejection is kind of coming in. So just because a hammer is there, that doesn't mean you have to go for a shot. Just wait for some sort of a confirmation. Meanwhile, someone is actually calling me. 93247. Who's this? 36493. Unsaved number. Okay. Okay, guys, let me just pick up this call. Hello. Hello. So yeah, so right now crude is kind of deciding what to do next. Okay, so it kind of looks like a decision making phase. And as far as the RSIs are kind of concerned, there is kind of no sort of a weakness yet, I would say. So still looking, the momentum is on the bullish side. So let's see how it takes place. And I would kind of actually be very keen on checking out if RSI starts showing divergence. So yeah, this is the shorter time frame. However, let's kind of see. Okay, crude is trying to take off. And if this is the case, like if we had to go for a buy, we'll have to keep our stop below this. Like we'll wait for a confirmation. We'll actually wait for the setups. No positions, no position has been done. In fact, today I haven't traded at all. I haven't taken any single trade today. I had initiated some swing, but no intraday has been done the entire day. Okay. So no intraday has been done the entire day. Nothing. Please let me in. Everybody is in, right? I don't know why they're asking let me in. Okay. Okay. I'm getting my guns ready. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, like we might get a trigger soon. Okay. So RSI is still showing some pretty amazing momentum on the upside. Oh my God, our friend hasn't got his margin active. Okay, I'll call the person in between. Is Rajat attending this meeting? Rajat, are you there? Rajat Bhaiya, Rajat, is he there? RS, Elemina PQ, RST. Okay, yeah, he's there. Rajat, like I have texted them, man. First time activation will take some time. Okay, I'll have it sorted today itself. It's your first time, right? So if somebody wants to go for a buy over here, so he or she would be having to wait for a good confirmation based on a closing on top of this. So only post that we can take out a trade. And since crude has been kind of been in some sort of a continuous buying momentum, I'll actually wait for a retest of this resistance. Just give me a minute. A call is done. Hello, Sweetman. Hello, hello. Yeah. So we'll actually wait for this level to get tested once. Then we'll go for an entry. Okay. So directly, I don't want to take a direct breakout. I don't think that would be suitable at this point of time. So you see this, like RSA is once again forming higher highs. Okay, RSA is continuing to form higher highs, and now US30 is also picking. So most probably we'll be getting a trigger on the upside. We'll be getting an opportunity to go for a long position on the upside, but it needs to clear out these marks. Let's wait. Okay, so, looks strong, right? Crude is looking strong. But sellers are kind of trying to confine the price over here. But then at this point of time, it's kind of actually looking strong. So both the sides, like both the sides are potential opportunities. Okay. So both the sides are kind of actually potential opportunities. Let's wait. സ്വീപിനെ പുള്ളി വിളിച്ചിരുന്നു നാളെ 11 മണിക്ക് കണക്ട് ചെയ്യാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു നമ്മള്. ആയിക്കോട്ടെ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ ശരി. ഓ, അമ്മലിനെ വിളിച്ചിട്ട് നമ്പർ തന്നു. പക്ഷെ ആ ലേഡിക്ക് പുള്ളിക്കാരിക്ക് എന്നെ പരിപാടി എന്താണെന്ന് അറിയില്ല. അപ്പൊ പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ പുള്ളിക്കാരുടെ അടുത്ത് ചോദിച്ചിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ലല്ലോ. ഓക്കെ, കുഴപ്പമില്ല. കുഴപ്പമില്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല, അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല. നാളെ ഞാൻ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്തോളാം. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ താങ്ക് യു. ആ അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഒരു പ്രശ്നമില്ല. ഓ അത് ശരിയായിട്ടുണ്ട്, അത് ശരിയാണ്, ഞാൻ ഷെബിനുമായിട്ട് കണക്ട് ചെയ്തത്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ താങ്ക് യു. ശരി. Okay, it's kind of looking pretty okay. Uh, when can I see? Let's wait for a confirmation, my friend. Don't hurry up. Okay. Let's get a closing above these levels. Let's wait for a retest. Let's wait for crude to kind of test these levels. Then we'll go for a buy. So straight away going, I don't think it is going to be a good idea. So let's wait. Then we'll decide. Okay. So trading is more about waiting. Okay, and less about trading. Okay. 5254 entry. 5254. I don't know how you got that exact number. Just wait for the price to complete, man. Does not have any predefined prices in our mind. Okay. So the best entry would be something like this. Okay. That would be the best ID, best entry, something like that. If we get, say, some sort of a pin bar rejection from here, then a bullish candle over here, that would be the most appropriate entry. Okay. So direct breakout, yeah, that can be an entry, but then it's a bit risky. Let's wait. It's more of a waiting game. So now buyers are kind of coming in from the bottom, and more or less looks like this level is validated. Right? This looks like a good stop. Hmm. Yeah, sure, definitely. Because market has given some sort of a good bullish move already. Okay. From here, it has given some good bullish move. So there are kind of some concerns related to the supply from Iran. Okay. So oil supply from Iran. So as far as the everything is kind of more or less concerned, it is still bullish. But then let's see if this level can be taken out. Okay, that is what is important. So crude is it is at definitely at a high point at this point of time. Crude is at an is at the high point. So I'll tell you, like when I personally feel like taking up a trade, and when I take a trade, I'll be updating you as always. So let's wait first. So no hurries are there. So meanwhile, like I'll just just kind of actually just check out. It can be a trend line rejection. Yeah, it could be. So that is why we are waiting. We are waiting for a confirmation because of the very same reason. Okay. So something that is kind of looking bullish is that so even though crude is not forming higher high, you see this RSI is still continuing to form higher highs. Means momentum, there is kind of no dip in momentum. Momentum is actually still looking strong. Now, someone who wants to go for a buy over here, that would be an aggressive entry. Okay. It would be a really aggressive entry to go for a long over here. So that would be kind of more or less a pretty aggressive entry. Mm. So the buyers are still looking kind of not looking like they want to give up. Okay. So that is what we kind of actually see over here. The buyers kind of seems like they really don't want to give up. Okay. So guys, I'm placing a buy order. So I'm kind of going to place a buy order at 5248. It's going to be an aggressive buy. Some of you would be like, why am I kind of actually going to buy? So I'm thinking about placing a buy order. So let's wait for this candle to close. 5248, like I'm planning to keep a buy order, and I'll keep my stop loss like we would be at a 5238. Okay, just a 10-point stop, and this is going to be an aggressive trade. So if this candle can manage to close on a green note, I'll place a buy order at 5248. Okay. So right now, like as far as the volume is kind of concerned, there is no volume at all. But then, like what you kind of actually observe in these kind of scenarios is a make or break level. It's kind of actually a make or break level. If this level can be taken out, that could be driving some good upside move. Okay, so let's wait for this candle to close and then we would decide what to do next. So volumes are not kind of giving us some sort of a significance that buyers are taking control. But however, let me just tell you, if buyers are capable of pushing it up, right, big move would come. That is my anticipation. So as far as the momentum is concerned, I personally feel it is still on the upside. And I would be more than happy to flip my position if the price breaks below this. That is, if the stop loss is getting triggered, I would be keen on checking out for short opportunities. So if crude oil is capable of coming below these levels, I would be keen on checking out for short opportunities. Okay, that is also there. Yeah, I'll be taking a counter position if crude manages to come below this. So then my stop loss would be the exact opposite. My stop loss would be over here, and my entry would be checked out somewhere over here. But before that, let's think about checking out for long side opportunities uh, based upon this candle's closing. Let's see how it is capable of closing. Let's see the momentum. Let's see if some sort of a bullishness is still inbound. Okay. No, no, I'm not in, man. I haven't placed the order. So I'm just waiting. But I'll be interested or I'll be keen on placing a buy order if crude is capable of giving a bullish closing above this level. So there is not even a single time price has managed to close above this. If it closes above this, I'll place a buy order at 5248. I'll place a limit buy at 5248. Okay. So let's wait and see. Now I'll be keen on checking out for short opportunities on the other hand side if crude is capable of dropping below these levels. Now let's see when we get a closing above this, then we'll check out. You would kind of actually see that exactly at 5248, that is where the price has never managed to close above that 5248. So right now, like something very interesting that we see is seems like the momentum is actually being dropped. Okay, so just have a look at the RSI. So earlier there was some sort of a buying pressure. So right now the momentum is kind of no longer. So it's kind of coming below the 16 mark, which kind of conveys to me that okay, the buyers are kind of more or less getting exhausted. If that is the case, yeah, we can get a more favorable setup. So on the downside, the risk reward ratio is going to be much more better, and we can check out for that as well. Okay. So, anyways, let's wait. And so, until and unless price is capable of giving us a confirmation about these two levels, there's kind of nothing to do. So right now, it is taking a dip, but these kind of dip, I'm afraid. I'm personally afraid to directly enter a short somewhere over here. Okay, in these kind of candles. So it looks like it is going to go for a dip, guys. So I'm going to place a sell order, okay, at 5240 in this case. So we're giving some relaxation. So only if the price is managing to pick up, we'll get an entry. So we're placing a limit sell at 5240. And our stop loss, as I mentioned to you, it is going to be kept at 5250. So right now the traded price is 5236. So yeah, so the order has been placed. So we have placed a sell order at 5240. That's like a pretty, once again, like this, in this particular trade, our risk is just 10 points. Okay. So on average, okay, 5240 now, guys. So on average, the stop I kind of keep varies between 15 to 25 points. Okay. No, I have not got an entry yet. The price just touched that particular level, but I was not capable of taking out a trade. So I haven't got an entry yet, guys. So the price just kissed 5240, but I was not able to get a fill. Okay. So stop loss is kept at 5250, that is over here, 10 points. And it's a pretty aggressive trade, just a 10 points risk. And quite unfortunately, no, I haven't got a fill. Oops. Looks like we missed out on something, right? Stop loss is 5250, Monisha, 10 points. I didn't get an entry, guys. I placed an entry order here. Price just kissed this level, but it was not sufficient for get me in the trade. Okay. I have all my orders pending, not even anything is in. I'm not in the trade. All my orders are still pending. The price just kissed that level, but then no, I didn't get an entry. Okay, you got an entry at 5237. Okay, so my order was kept at 5240. Now, definitely, if the price has to drop down, the next probable level is over here. So, as far as someone who is capable of entering over here would be concerned, the risk would be this much, and the reward would be like he or she would be looking out would be more or less this much. So, this would be a typical 1:2, 2.5 trade, right? 5250 to 5220. This would be a typical 1:2, 1:2.5 trade. Okay. So this would be a typical 1:2.5. And I would be keen on, once again, now in this particular trade, let's say that I'm getting an entry. So after like a 1:1 is done, that doesn't make much sense for me to take a trade. So if I'm not getting an entry, the pending orders would be cancelled. So right now the volumes are actually picking up. So when that kind of dip has started in, the volumes on the bearish side has actually started. Hey, Sarthak, you SK Sarthak, right? Sarthak, SK, you're Sarthak, right? Okay. Put your full name, and why do you put this SK, all this stuff? Uh, yeah. So let's wait. Let's see. You ended at 5238. I have a question about silver. You can ask me, man. This will take time. Okay. So, guys, like live trades and all, like we can't kind of say anything. Seems like I have kind of actually just skipped out. Have been actually like left out of this move. But anyways, it's not. Would you recommend a 1:1? No. See, if you have a 1:1, you can maybe think about making your trade risk free. That is no longer you should be having a risk associated. You can do that. Someone who got an entry, okay, guys, like someone maybe who placed, uh, someone who would have actually maybe placed a one lot or something. If you got an entry, if you traded a smaller size, if you got an entry, if you were capable of entering maybe somewhere at something like maybe 1 pip below wherever I place my order, something like that. Yeah, you can think about mitigating your risk. Okay. Now, as far as like risk reward ratios is concerned, at least a 1:1.5, it makes sense. Okay. So think you can think about mitigating your risk for sure, definitely. So being risk free is always a good thing, right? So now I guess crude is trying to find some sort of a support here where it was testing earlier. So let's see how it goes. So at this point of time, what I'm personally kind of going to do is whatever pending orders are there. So I'll just clear it. Okay. So let's see the price action, then we'll decide whether or whether not to enter again. Okay. So I just cleared off all the pending orders, guys. Now let's see the price action that is getting formed. Then we'll kind of actually uh, decide what to do next. Yeah. So this looks like a support. So if you're already in the trade, as I mentioned, if you were capable of getting a fill, you can think about mitigating your risk. Okay. Mitigating your risk means you can trail and keep so that you really don't have any more risk in that particular trade. Whatsoever happens, you won't go into loss. Okay. Now I'll quickly take out the chart of the US oil. I'll show you the US oil chart. Just have a look at this. So as far as the US oil markets, US oil charts are kind of concerned, US 30 has started to peak. So after some good time, so till then, like US 30 was kind of dropping. US 30 has kind of started to pick. Okay, now let's see if this shows some sort of a bullish move. Okay. But I can't say it is bullish right now. So for me, the charts looks bullish. For crude would kind of actually become bullish only if it is capable of taking on this particular level. Just have a look at this. How many times this level was tested? So there was not even a single time when price was capable of closing above this, right? So multiple times it just kissed this level, but it was never ever capable of moving above that. We should be capture 1 point about to be at break even in one lot. See, as far as Indian markets is concerned, right now your break even is 3 points. Now, if you have watched the videos on our cost dashboard, the last time we recorded videos for the cost dashboard was when price of crude oil was at 3,000 rupee. Okay, last time we recorded videos of crude oil on our website was when crude oil was trading at 3,000 rupee. And when crude oil was trading at 3,000 rupee, your break even was only 2 points. Okay. Now the break even is actually 3 points. I calculated on Zerodha brokerage calculator. Zerodha brokerage calculator doesn't take into account the other stamp duty and charges. Does it take into account the stamp duty and charges? Okay. So after everything, your break even would be something like a 2.5, 2.6 points, but I would say 3 points. Okay. I'm not sure about Zerodha brokerage calculator, but as far as my personal understanding, whichever broker you take, it should be like 3 points. There won't be any variation. Let's see what happens now. So no, we don't have any pending orders. So whatever pending orders we had, it has been cancelled. So now let's see what happens now. It's a kind of next aggregation from there. So there is kind of no necessity that I'll be getting a trade today. Okay, so there can be chances where I sit in front of the screen and then just go back home without any position also. Uh, so this thing, like this entry was kind of missed, just like that. I don't know why, like, but I didn't get a fill. In crude oil, it makes long candle as compared to in crude, it makes long candles as compared to India market. Nothing like that, man. Like nothing like that. Maybe you're zooming in and zooming out. Not much of a variation. It was looking good earlier. Okay. So forget about the looks. Okay. So if you want me to make it look good, just have a look like this. Now it is looking good. Okay. So let's see. Let's kind of actually see what is going to happen. So now, like some of you will be having this doubt. What about taking a short opportunity over here, setting up a stop loss over here? Another problem that kind of occurs is that your reward is going to be only this much. So this trade would be a 1:1. It doesn't make sense. Okay. It would really won't make much of a sense to go for a 1:1. So I guess so. We'll have to wait. So today is more or less going to be a waiting game, I suppose. So we probably would have to wait for some time. But how do you guys see? How is right now US 30 is picking up? Okay, US oil, US 30 is picking up. So maybe we can actually once again get back to our old or earlier confluences that above this long. I have to wait 1 second. But how do you see crude oil respecting levels? How do you find this? No positions. We wanted to take a one short position. Before that, we wanted to take a long position. Long position we didn't take because we need a good closing. We need a strong closing above this level to go for a long. See, I placed a sell order over here. The price just kissed that, but I didn't get a fill. Okay, it gave almost a 1 hour. So some of them traded. So those who traded, I suppose you must have either trailed or maybe did something. Okay, so and if you trailed, this trade would have been coast to coast. Nothing would have happened, right? But booking your profits at a 1:1 is not a good practice. How do you find the price action over here better than Indian markets? Right, like levels are respected pretty beautifully, and I don't know if it is a right adjective. Okay, but then levels get respected really good. Plus, if you're in the right side of the trend, like you'll be able to capture some good moves. Kind of not much of a move happening now. Looks like it is stuck. It is looks like the charts are stuck or something, but then the charts are not stuck. The price is not moving. Okay. Can I unmute? Yeah, why not? Just go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, so volume in 15 minute in this candle in US oil. Okay, volume in 15 minute in this candle in US oil. Okay, 15 minutes is here. Just tell me. So volume is kind of so right now in the 15 minutes chart also crude is kind of still looking bullish. Okay, 15 minutes chart crude is kind of actually still looking bullish. So at this particular point of time, I personally had interest in checking out for both sort of opportunities, both short as well as long. Okay. Okay. So it could, so US oil, yeah, taking a dip. See, right now, I'll tell you like the problem with checking out for a short over here is that if you go for a short over here, the next support could be found over here. So then your risk could be something like this, and your first probable reward is also going to be the same. So it is going to be a 1:1. Okay, so someone who goes for a short over here, their risk reward ratio is going to be 1:1. That is why it doesn't look attractive. So whereas someone who was capable of shorting somewhere over here, then if the price goes down, so the risk reward ratio will be 1:2, right? So it would be a 1:2 trade. Whereas now someone who goes for a short, it would be a 1:1 only. So now like I'll be getting opportunities only on the long side. If I'm capable of catching something on the upside move, that is when I'll be getting an opportunity. It's not letting you to unmute. Okay, guys, just give me 2 minutes. Like then we'll just resume. I'm just muting myself for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes time. So Rajat, like your margin will be activated only tomorrow, man. Like today, it's the first day that you are here, right? So you won't be getting the margin today. So it'll be activated from tomorrow onwards. So yeah, so let's see. Let's kind of actually see if we can get a good long side opportunity. That is going to be the place where our risk reward ratios are going to be the best right now at this point of time. I feel. Now, if I have a look at the confluences, what I see is so RSI is kind of almost following the chart of this thing only, crude itself. But we are looking at the 5 minutes, let's look into a bit larger time frame. So we'll see what happens. Looks like the buyers have got more or less exhausted. But then it could even be a scenario where buyers are taking some sort of a rest to come back with full force. So those kind of situation also can be observed. Now, as far as the fundamentals are concerned, I'll tell you. As far as this particular crude is kind of concerned, so you probably would have actually heard about COVID vaccination getting eased out everywhere. So travel restrictions, all these things are kind of coming down. Okay. Then there is kind of a fear that Iranian oil global supply is going to be affected. So because of these particular reasons, like we kind of actually are kind of expecting some sort of a bullishness to prevail. Okay. So I personally consider like 5,300. I personally consider something like a 5270 to 5,300 to be some good resistance levels. Even if we have to wait for a long, it'll be worthwhile. 5,270 and 5,300. Those are things that I'm personally considering. Yeah, our friend wanted to ask some question. Uh, just a second. Nitin, yeah, you can unmute yourself, guys. Like anyone who wants to ask some questions, feel free to ask. Okay. For news related to crude, which site can be accessed? I will show you one amazing site, oilprice.com. That is one particular site that you can refer to. Many sites are there. Oilprice.com is something that you can look into. So this is it, oilprice.com, one amazing site for news. Then I personally use a Reuters service called as Hectare Analytics. Okay, that is something that I use. You get it with Motilal as well. Then you can use money control. Many things are there, and Google Alerts. Okay, So you know how to create Google alerts, right? So you can actually turn on Google alerts related to crude oil, gold. So whenever there is an important news related to crude oil, gold, all this stuff, you get the notification on your mail. So many things can be done. Okay. So our wish is to check out for a long side opportunity. Let's see if our wish is getting fulfilled today. We'll have to wait. So it requires a lot of patience, guys. And the reason I invited you for the meeting is because I was kind of thinking we'll get an opportunity readily over here. But howsoever, the game was completely changed. The price came down. Now it has to pick up, and we had to check out for long. So we'll have to wait for a further duration of time. Okay, I'm really sorry about keeping you waiting, but this is the hard reality. I don't think straight away we'll get the trade. We had to spend a lot of time. When we are trading directional, okay, non-directional means if it is rule-based channel, it is pretty simple. Just execute, that's it. But directional trading, 15 minutes is more reliable or 5 minutes. Obviously, larger the time frame, the more reliable it is. Whatever levels I have marked over here on this chart is based on the larger time frames. Levels that we are watching out is always based on the larger time frame only. I'm just using the 5 minutes for my execution. That's it. Okay. And I parallelly am looking at the charts in the 15 minutes, in the 1 hour time frame also. So that is why I said in the 1 hour time frame, the price action looks really bullish. I'll quickly show you. Let's switch to the 1 hour time frame. How does it look? In the 1 hour time frame, it still looks really bullish, right? Yes or no? In the 5 minutes time frame, you think okay, a temporary downside move was there, but then more or less is looking bullish. So right now, USD is dropping, but crude is still picking up. Let's see how this plays out. Things are getting very interesting, and I wish what you say is going to be totally worthwhile for us waiting. We get an amazing opportunity. That is what I'm expecting. We'll see.
Hari sir, good evening.
Yeah. Please ask your question. Good evening.
So this is related to silver as I requested earlier as well.
Okay, sure. Are you
Just
someone
one
from?
thing, sir.
Yeah. Are you someone from the silver industry? Something?
No, not really. It's just that my father-in-law has held on to some physical silver for quite some time now,
Silver.
and he wanted to sell.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
physical silver. He
Okay.
bought it at around 50,000 some time back.
Okay.
Like a few years back, and
Okay.
today he wanted to sell it at around 72.
Okay.
So he just asked me since he saw that I was started learning all these things. He's asked me what should I do. So I thought I'll ask you.
Okay. So he
So
asked you. You
today
are
the yeah.
okay. Fine. So I'll just say, man. Like, see, as far as the metals are kind of concerned. So
Yeah.
what I just wanted to say right now is, see, as far as silver is kind of concerned, or as far as any particular metals are kind of actually concerned. So
Okay.
there is kind of a lot of worries still existing in the markets. Okay. So as far as like some sort of worries are still kind of persisting in the markets right now. So I'm not really
Okay.
bearish on anything. I'm not bearish. But
Okay.
if you're kind of considering to hold for the long term, nothing wrong. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So does your
Okay.
father-in-law have investments?
Yes, he has other investments, but he's held on to his,
Okay.
to silver for quite some time now,
Right. Yeah. So
and
yeah.
he's getting around like a 50% margin close to. I think the all-time high of silver is at around 75, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Um,
So you can
he won. Yeah.
just text me like if he's having an investment, then it can be considered as a hedge. Okay, if he's having investment, so it can be synthesized as a hedge, or else you can think about shorting silver. Every opportunity that you get to short silver, you short it.
Okay.
So your
Okay.
father-in-law is having the underlying, so you think about shorting the futures. So things like that can be done. So hedging can be done. So if you have the underlying with you, you can think about all shorting opportunities on silver. So guys,
All
like we
right.
can get an opportunity on crude as we wished. So now we need some sort of a retest. Then only we can go for a long. I'll tell you why. See, if I directly want to go for a buy over here, my stop is going to be this wide. I really don't want to do that. So I'll kind of actually think about some sort of a small retest. Then I'll think about an opportunity. And yeah, so more or less we'll get an opportunity soon. So because so right now if you go for a buy, your stop is going to be, yeah, once again it is going to be like a 20 points, not a big stop. But then I would wish that we get some sort of a small retest or a pullback before going for a long. Okay, because it was in a single candle that it took almost half an hour duration to come down to here, and a single candle, the buyers were able to push the price up. So once again, it tells me that the buying momentum is actually much more good, much more better. Okay, we'll have to wait. In US oil, there is a gap. No, there is no gap in US oil. It was looking bullish, but definitely these levels are not taken out. Just see this. These levels are once again being respected. Looks like somebody is selling over here. Somebody doesn't want crude to pick up beyond these months. But we had to be alert. So, within your case, you can actually just WhatsApp me, so we can actually work on it.
Oh,
Okay? So, in the sense, like whatever we could do from our side, like we'll see that, and we just need to know your average buying price, all these stuff. So, once we understand that particular part, we could maybe come out on a conclusion.
okay.
And if
Sir,
you're,
as I said that
yeah,
he has some physical silver, not
yeah, I understand that physical silver, yeah, it is
okay.
perfectly fine. So, whether you have physical silver or digital silver, the same thing only. Prices are more
Okay.
the same, man.
All right.
So, guys, like I'll just tell you one thing. Do you know like why people have made a lot of money in real estate as compared to what they would have actually made uh, as compared to like what they would have actually made when it kind of comes to uh, uh, stocks or something? Do you know like why people have made more money in real estate as compared to stocks?
The lack of knowledge.
No. See, as far as stocks are personally concerned, you see the prices every single day. You'll keep looking at the price. But real estate, is there a way that you can see the price of your assets on a daily basis? Is there any way that today you look at the land, you see, okay, 1% up, 1% down? You don't see that, right? So that makes you hold on to it for a larger duration of time. So if you believe in something, there is nothing wrong in holding it. Okay, so there is kind of actually nothing wrong in holding on to it. So only when we see the prices fluctuating a lot, that is when people panic, people sell out early. If you believe in something, invest in it, stay invested. So yeah, so guys, like we might get an ideal opportunity. Okay, if there is some sort of a move like this, that would be an ideal opportunity to go for a long. So let's wait. I guess it's going to be totally worthwhile for us to wait and watch out for this. Plus rental. Forget about rental, Aditya. Let's say that you have a property which is not at all being used, as full of like something like a in Kerala we call it as card. Like I don't know how it means it's not at all being used, good for nothing. Okay, but then even it has appreciation in the long run. Definitely, like right now there is not much of a real estate boom and stuff. Okay, but then what I'm saying is, in the long run, one of my friend had bought land for 10K only. Now he sold it around 7 lakh. Okay, that's cool. Where was it, man? Which place? So we'll get an ideal opportunity if the price picks up from here. Okay. And now you understand like how much we had to wait to get a trade. So when obviously when these kind of candles get formed, such a big candle in 5 minutes, such a big move is happening. Obviously, it is going to be followed by some sort of a small pullback. Just keep that in your mind. This was my margin issue, Rajat. That's what I said, man. See, your account is pretty new. You started your account only, I guess, last week or something. So I have sent a mail to the margin team. Okay. So if you don't get it today, tomorrow definitely you'll be getting it. So please try placing value plus order after 1 hour. Okay. So yeah, we are maybe approaching our ideal entry. We are going to get this probably soon.
You said that the more number times
A level gets
uh,
tested, the more validated it
yes,
is.
a level is just,
Yeah,
yes.
true.
The more it's likely to that the level would be
Yeah, correct.
taken out.
Not taken out. The more number of times the level gets tested, the more validated it is.
Yeah.
So now we understand we are not watching out for something out of thin air. Just see, these levels are being tested
Yes.
for a very long period.
Yeah.
So it tells us that okay, we are watching out for something that is significant.
Okay.
So it tells us, yeah, we are watching out for something that is significant. Then okay, so we are waiting for this much time. So we need to know, right, what we are looking at is good or not, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so now it would, if we are getting a good bullish closing, so it would actually make sense for us to check out for a long, setting up our stop loss below this. Okay, if we're getting a good bullish closing over here, we can anticipate a further upside move, and we can check out for a setup where our stop loss is over here. Okay, it would make sense. Now, as far as the let's have a look at the US oil charts. Just have a look at this. So even though crude is not forming higher high, so RSI has started forming highs. Okay, so we might get our trigger pretty soon. So let's stay active. So at this point of time, you guys should be having your orders ready on the order logs. Okay, in the trading terminal, you should be having your orders ready. Because you just need to be punching the orders, like whatever lots you want to enter in, everything should be ready by now. So price, yeah, we had to wait for the closing, but then we need to be prepared. Okay. So Prathamesh is already long on silver. You're long on silver, breakout in silver. Nitin, good news for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good news. Prathamesh is already long. You tell your father-in-law he should be happy, and
Okay.
he'll just kind of let us know his holdings so we can actually maybe do something about. At this point of time, can you
Sure.
say the prices are choppy? No, the prices are still looking bullish. So our friend SK was asking like your stop loss is being hit on the short side. I told you right. So once your 1 hour was done, I kind of had asked you if you got an entry, you could have trailed your stop. You would have made the trade risk free because it had done a 1 hour, right? Yeah. Somebody was asking a question, I suppose. How to put orders, stop orders of crude? Same man, like whatever orders, everything is same. So I will show you. I'll kind of actually show you how to place orders on Motilal terminal. All these stuff I'll show you. Don't worry, that's not a big deal. In fact, if someone who's using Zerodha or something, there is no change at all. So if we get a good bullish closing over here, guys, like that could be a trigger for us to initiate a long. Okay, and we can set up our stop loss below this. And once again, in this particular trade, also the stop is going to be something around the 12 points. So Prathamesh is kind of speaking about silver. I'll just quickly have a look at how silver kind of gave a move. Yeah, silver gave an amazing move, in fact. So that was a crazy move. Oh my god. Prathamesh, like, where did you go long? At what level have you gone long, man? Guys, yeah. Meanwhile, tracking this, I'll just quickly share the chart of silver. That's like a crazy upside move. So these are the kind of moves you want. Okay. Whatever you're trading, these would be the kind of trades or this could be the kind of moves that you would love. Just have a look at this. Silver. Okay, the chart hasn't changed. Just have a look at this move. Crazy upside move.
Whoa.
It's like a crazy upside move. Like these would be the kind of moves that you want. let's get back into our thing. I guess Nitin is the happiest. So we need a good, as I mentioned, like we kind of actually need a good confirmation. That is, we kind of actually need a good closing about this to go for a long, and most probably we will also get our trade. Okay, we'll also get it pretty soon. What is the benchmark chart? You can actually consider with the US dollar chart, man. So AU USD chart you can actually check out. Okay, US dollar charts. So benchmark chart you can have a look in the US dollar charts. Okay. So AU stands for silver. So we studied this in our 10th standard chemistry. AU stands for silver and AG stands for gold. AG USD for gold and AU USD for silver. You can use see in trading yourself. We'll get our trigger pretty soon, guys. Like as soon as we get a good bullish closing over here, we can think about a long. So if that doesn't happen, all our weight has been going to be completely useless. Okay, you ended at the base, currently riding 500 points. Amazing. So I guess you, Javed, and all were having a very good time yesterday night. I was actually just going through your Instagram stories, Prathamesh. Okay, guys, like our entry, like we just need this candle to be a good bullish one, and yeah, that would be our trigger for going for a long. Okay, so right now the current traded price of crude oil is 5249. How to mark short position or long position in this chart, like we do on other charts? Mark. Why do you want to mark, man? You know, right? You can write it down. So still, some sort of a hiccup, some sort of a trouble USO is facing to pick up. Let's see what happens. So definitely it is on the buyer side at this moment. Definitely buyers are the ones who's having a upper hand. But the bulls are not being released yet. Which order type? See, I personally use either the market orders or the limit order for entering purpose. For the exit part, it is a stop loss trigger order. My God, it's kind of actually seems like crude is playing around with us. Once again, a further rejection is kind of coming in. Yeah, so one of our friends has marked a particular region from where the supply has been coming. Yes, true. It's a good one. But I personally will think about initiating a long as soon as we get a good bullish closing. So right now it looks like it kind of actually just looks like it is just facing a rejection from here. Do you actively trade into gold? The answer is no. I personally don't actively trade into gold, but we hedge gold. This is like we kind of actually hedge. We kind of do strategies with gold. So I'm not directly into trading gold, but then gold is one particular thing that we are going to look into trading mainstream in the international markets. So I personally don't do, but my team is actually kind of working a lot into that. They just, I'll make you the what do you say? This thing operator. Vijay. Live long IPO is coming. Vijay is the operator. Okay. Can we short? There's nothing that is asking me to short right now.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Hari. Sarvapalli here.
Yeah, hi, Sarvapalli. Like I have
Yeah.
this thing, margin thing, but I guess
Okay.
today, either today or tomorrow maximum.
Sure. Now Dow is actually bearish, looking bearish. So, but US oil is actually
Yeah.
picking up.
So Dow is actually looking good, bearish right now. But then what I just wanted to say is, if at any point of time Dow is actually getting some trigger to turn bullish, that would actually drive a very good intense upside more further.
Okay. So that's why it's holding there.
Yeah. So that is what I personally feel. That is the so last day also. I guess last day when we were trading also it was the same situation. Okay. So in the sense like crude in the sense like last particular day also it was actually the same situation. The crude was actually kind of facing some sort of a held up situation because of the fact that Dow was actually kind of bearish. But then once it started just picking up, then it started picking. How many charts to analyze per day max? It depends on your comfort level, man. It depends on how much time you spend also. So yeah, we're going to get a trade soon. So right now the traded price is 5252. Okay. And I'm actually going to place a buy order, guys. So I'm placing a buy order based on this candle's closing. Let's see how the closing is, and then I'll place a buy order. Okay. So momentum looks good enough for me. And the risk is also pretty much smooth. The stop is going to be around 10 points once again, 10, 12 points. Closing is 5250.
Still, I failed.
So some sort of a trouble for the price to pick up. What is that? What is that stopping price to pick up? No, Puneet. Ahmed Tiwari is a bear from the entire day. See, man, there is nothing wrong in you being a bear and me being bullish. So it's all about setups, right? It's all about identifying suitable systems, right? There's a very good difficulty for the price to pick up beyond this. Okay, like looks like a good rejection is coming in over here. Let's see what happens. But if bulls are capable of taking over, right, then the bullishness is going to be really huge. So, anyways, so I'm placing a buy orders, guys, 5248, and it's going to be an aggressive buy once again. Okay, so since I placed a buy order, so order is already there, pending right now, 5248. The stop loss is actually being kept at 5238. The risk is pretty less. Okay, just like a 10-point risk. My average stop is around 15 to 25. So this is like a 10 points risk. It's too less, in fact. It's a limit order that has been placed right now. So I had the order pending. It's placed at 5248. Aggressive buy means I didn't kind of wait for the price to actually give a good closing above that. Okay. So obviously, if my risk is 10 points, as soon as I'm getting something like a 12 points, okay. So as soon as I'm kind of actually getting like a 12 points, then it is my risk is already mitigated. Okay. So then anything post that is going to be a bonus for me. So no, I haven't got an entry. I have placed a buy order, but once again here also I have not got an entry. 5248 is where the buy was placed. Shall I just relax it a bit more? Shall I kind of modify it to 5250? Okay, I'll do that. I don't want to miss out on this. It's been a while. 2 points, right? That will be. So 5250 modified my entry to 5250. So let's see how it goes. 5250. Last traded price was 5251. Okay. So order has been modified to 5250. It was placed at 5248. I wish I get a fill at least now. Okay. So aggressive buy in the sense I entered or placed the trade. Okay. I kind of actually entered or placed the trade before the price kind of managing to come out of this particular zone. That's what I'm referring to as an aggressive buy. I have not got an entry yet, guys. Like I will get an entry. I probably will get an entry pretty soon. It has to get executed in slices. Okay, yes, we are in. I'm in the trade. Okay, average entry price 5250. So we are in the trade finally. Okay. Stop loss is kept at 5238. It can come down also. See, we have all rights to be wrong. Okay, none of us can predict the markets. Okay, so we have all rights to be wrong also. So always trade based on your personal risk appetite. Always trade on what you are personally comfortable with. Always trade based on your own analysis. That's it. Okay. So due to God's grace, let me just tell you, Like last month, not even a single losing trade we had done. We have got on live trading. So either it was a cost to cost or it was like a winning trade. So we haven't got even a single losing trade last complete month. So maybe things can change today. Okay, so let's see. But let's kind of stick with our personal understanding. Let's stick with our views. That's it. So none of us can predict the markets. All we can do is we can spot good setups with a good risk reward ratio. If you're getting a good deal, execute it. That's it. So in this particular trade, the risk taken is 12 points. 12 points is the risk or the R over here. Please show your search chart once. Why not? Let's have a look at this now. Since our execution part is done, let's have a look at this now. So RSA is once again kind of showing up the momentum. Gradually has, see before one thing I just wanted to tell you is, so today RSA is the confluence that we had majorly. So RSA eventually started forming highs even before crude started forming highs. So RSA was once again getting back into those momentum region where it was showing some buying pressure before crude oil kind of actually showing. How many lots? Okay, so if I tell you if I trade 100 lots or if I trade 150 lots or if I trade 10 lots or if I trade one lot, so basically what are the difference, guys? So I really don't like it. Okay, so it really doesn't make any sense, right? How many lots that I personally trade or somebody else trades? So let it be a private thing, right? So then you will exactly know my capital, then you'll exactly know what is the risk I take. Everything you will get to know. So now, basically what happens is still is finding a trouble. Still it is finding some sort of a struggle to pick up. Okay. So let's see how it manages, how it kind of like 1 point below our entry, exactly at our entry right now, 5250. Now it is 1 point below our entry. Okay. So right now, like there's kind of not much of a momentum coming in. Looks like it is once again dead. But definitely we would wish for some sort of an intense upside move. That is what all of us are waiting for also. So US 30 kind of looks like forming its first bearish candle after a while. That is very well reflected over here also. And let's see if it is going to take out our stop. So this was called as an aggressive entry because we went inside the trade before the price managing to come out of that significant resistance zone. So even though this was a level that we marked, okay, so the significant place where selling pressure was coming in over here was here. But then the rationale or the reason why it was kind of undertaken as an aggressive trade because of the fact that the risk involved in this particular position is only 10 points, right? So even if the trade actually moves against us, max to max, we'll be losing 10 points. And if the price gives an upside move of 10 points, our risk is mitigated then and there. Our risk is actually done or mitigated there itself. If it gives an upside move, 10 points move, our risk is done. then whatever we are capable of capturing beyond that is actually a bonus, right? So as far as crude oil is kind of concerned, so 10 points is kind of not a tough thing to capture if we are on the right side of the move. Okay, so let's see. And Prathamesh is sending me some screenshots. Let's see what it is. Okay, Prathamesh, he was buying silver. Okay, bought it at 35. Okay, that's amazing, man. Nice trade. So right now the price is just like around a 7 points from our stop, but nothing wrong. Okay. So I'll quickly switch to the US charts, US oil charts also. Seems like RSI momentum also kind of take a dip. Okay. So factors are kind of right now like all the confluences are against us. As in like all the factors are kind of actually against us at this particular point of time. So maybe Aman Timari is on the short side. Aman, are you still riding the short? Are you on the short side? So it's kind of almost close. So this is not where our stop is. The stop is at 5238. That is over here. This is where our stop is. A bit below that, in fact. Okay. Okay, you shorted at 5250. Okay, you shorted where I entered. My God. So maybe I bought it from you. So whatever you shorted is what I bought. So that's good. So in the sense, like each one of us should be having a different perspective, and that is at the end of the day, that is what helps the market sustain, right? So if everybody has the same view, then what happens? There won't be no trading taking place. So at least none of us can be right. But don't buy and sell from the same account. Okay. Now I know some people who buy in one account, then they sell in the other account. Okay. But they get satisfied that okay, they made money in one account. But ultimately, what are they doing? They're losing money because they're paying charges, right? So it's a tug of war between me and Aman now. So guys, like meanwhile, you guys can check out for vaccination too. So I'm also doing the same. Just trying to find a slot. Isn't it completely range bound? Yeah. So right now at this point of time, yeah, it looks like pretty much confined over here. Okay. Looks like the price is kind of facing a good supply over here. But if this price can manage to get taken out, right, this is going to be too good for a 10-point risk. So if the level can manage to get taken out, so it is going to be too good for a 10-point risk. at this point, yeah, looks like it is facing a good supply from here. But if at all the price can manage to take out this particular level, is going to be totally justified. The move is going to be totally justified if the level can be taken out. So as I mentioned to you, Ayush, I'm checking out for mitigating my risk as soon as like a 12-point move comes in. Suppose that like I'm anticipating a 30-point move, so that would be a 1:3 if it happens. Okay. So as far as the risk is concerned, it is totally justified because the risk is just 10 points. Okay. And catching a 10-point is not a tough thing. Can we take any help from market at the nearby price? No, you can't do anything. You won't be able to take any help out of it because this is an international asset. So what you do over here is not at all concerned uh, with people around the world. This is becoming really slow. So right now US 30 is kind of going for a dip. Okay, so in the sense US oil is kind of actually taking a pretty good dip. Markets are looking really slow. For futures, we can take overnight positions. Yeah, you can take, but then I personally don't take. I square off my positions by the end of the day. Or else I have some sort of a hedge that is lying. So let's say that I'm kind of really bullish. So right now, in the international markets, we are kind of doing that. We took many positions where we had the positions running for like 3-4 days in crude oil. Okay, but I personally was in the trader. That is also there. So I personally was in the trader. So there were positions that we carried forward for like 3 days, 4 days, and all. We were riding a good trend in crude oil. Okay. Guys, market looks really slow. I think I'll just take a break. Okay. And we'll kind of actually catch up discussing the results at a later point of time because now our entry is done. Now there is going to be no change in target. There is kind of actually no change going to be made in our stop or something. So our view is still the same. So we'll hold on to the trade. And first thing I'll be doing is as soon as like I get something like a 12 to 15-point move, I would think about risk mitigating my risk. Means I'll trail my stop towards my entry. Okay, so that is going to be the first thing that is going to be done as soon as like we get a 12 to 15-point move on the upside. Okay, then we'll think about riding the trend. And so I think I'll just take a quick break. You guys can also take because now there is nothing much to do, right? So any questions you can feel free to ask. Else I'll just wind up this meeting and we'll catch up to discuss the results. Any questions? I have a few doubts while placing an order. Please unmute me and can I share? Yeah, why not? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just making you the host, my friend Naveen. Just share your screen. Just I'm making you the host. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, Naveen, please go ahead and share your screen.
Hi, I'd like to share my screen.
Hi. Yeah, you're the host. You can share. Yeah, so go ahead, share your screen.
Let me know once you're able to see my screen. You able to see my screen, Naveen? Actually, I just am thinking like how to place the order in crude.
Same way, man. Just like you place the order in equity. So just mention the quantity one. That means one lot.
Okay.
Now, if you want to enter with a market order, keep it market. If you want to enter with a limit order, place limit order. So when you're trading bigger quantities, I would say in Indian markets, you place limit orders. Why? Because else there could be a good slippage. In the sense you would be thinking about entering somewhere else, but somewhere else your trade is going to happen.
And like if I place one quantity suddenly but 100 lot, like why that the margin will show as 85K?
And that is because you're using Zerodha, no?
Okay. And where I can set the target, like
Target. So see, I'm not really sure, but you'll be having to place a separate order for your exit. One order for entry and one order for your stop loss.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
So whatever order you're kind of placing for your entry, so you'll have to place a separate order for your stop loss. So for example, let's say that you're placing a limit order for your entry, or say market order you have entered. Now you can click a stop loss market order, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's actually done.
Thanks.
So yes. So yes, guys. So right now also like there is kind of nothing much happening. It's still looking dead. Same, yeah. Sure, same with MO. Just try it, man, Rajat. You know it, right? How many chance to analyze? So I have actually done a video on placing order. I'll share it with you. As soon as you take entry, you place your stop loss or you place it after. So as soon as I take my entry, I place the stop loss also. I personally trade using Orion Light. There is a platform called Orion Light. Okay. So I personally trade on a platform called as Orion Light. I don't trade. So someone who is getting started on Zerodha, you can use the desktop application itself. Nothing wrong. Kite. Okay. Now if you're kind of actually someone who is trading using Motilal, start with MO Investor. Okay. So then like as you proceed, you can use Orion Light. So Orion Light is not too user friendly to be pretty honest. That is also there, but it's good. Okay. Orders can be placed really fast. Okay. So yes. So I guess we'll just take a break and I have some work also to complete. So maybe towards the end we'll discuss the reserves, what happens with the trades, all these things. So right now I'll share my screen before I end up. So I know it is kind of once again looking pretty much consolidating over here. So let's see if some sort of a big move is going to come in as per what we wish to see if that is capable of happening. So then well and good, else we'll be hitting our stop and taking a 10-point loss. Okay. So trading crude requires a lot of patience. It takes a lot of patience. So thank you. I'll just end this meeting. We'll catch up to discuss the results.